This video is part of a dust collection series I'm making. I will show you how to make vacuum hose threads for your shop vacs. I designed these in Fusion and they're used as elements of 3D printed tool connections. I'm including my Fusion files so you can use these for your own dust collection tools. There are no real standards in vacuum and dust collection hoses. Europe is talking about making such standards, but for now you simply cannot rely on measurements when shopping for hoses. The same size hoses are literally given different stated measurements by different manufacturers. About the only thing the hoses have in common is reverse thread. I've been making connectors and adapters for dust collection in and around the shop, and I've had a really hard time finding 3D printed or shop-made threads that fit any of the hoses I use. Even watching some of the many Fusion thread tutorials did not provide good answers for vacuum hose threads. Therefore, I made my own designs. Learn to make your own threads in this video. It may save you a lot of time. Just look at some of all the threads I made before. I was happy with the results. Yeah, this is not all of them. Obviously, to make these threads, I needed to take a few measurements of the hose, outside diameter, thread pitch, and so forth. The results are pretty much in the Fusion files. And again, it took a bit of experimenting due to the flexibility of the hose and the odd shapes of the threads. Let's open Fusion and get started. If you are new to Fusion, I highly recommend using my Fusion checklist to stay organized when designing. There are 2 pages, the first one shown here to get set up and the second one shown here with reminders while designing. The PDF files can be found with the 3D files, or you can just take screen clips. So back to Fusion, and step 1 on the checklist, save and name the file. Hit Control S or Command S on the Mac. We're going to call this small shop vac hose thread. Step 2 is selecting document units. We're going to stay with metric. There will be a couple of inch measurements, but I'll show you how to handle that. Next, create a new a new component. And we're going to call that female thread. In step 4, we're going to select top view. In step 5, set the parameters. I will open the parameter menu. I have made a shortcut of Control-Shift-P, but here's the long way. I'm going to save us a little time by using the new export-import feature, since I already made those parameters. I'm pretty sure I use parameters more than most, but since I often reuse and change my designs, this makes my life a lot easier in the long run. I do want to show you how to handle inches when in a metric document, so I'm just going to make a fake parameter here. Type in the name and now select inch and whatever number. Click OK. I'm going to delete this. And here's how to use units like quantity and stuff like that. Now save your file. I cannot stress enough how you should do this very often. Before you go on, I recommend you take a screenshot and print out the parameters we just made. That way you have them handy and can remember the names. Of course, if you use more than one monitor, just pop that screen up on another monitor. We're going to make the first sketch However, make sure that you are still in the correct component, the female thread. Here's how you change it back and forth. Now click sketch and click circle. You could just hit C. The circle diameter should be inside diameter or ID that we have in parameters. And now click fit. Now hit E on your keyboard for extrude. And we're going to use the parameter that we called length. Push your mouse scroll wheel while you hold the shift key and you can rotate your object. Next we'll use the shell command. Click on shell. Now select both the top and the bottom of the cylinder. Choose outside direction and the thickness should be our parameter thick. You now have basically a pipe with the inside and outside diameter correctly because thick is calculated with the two values. Now we need to make an offset plane from the bottom to start the coil. We need to offset it about half the section size so the coil does not stick down beyond the cylinder. Time to make the actual thread. We're going to use a coil and you'll see here what I meant by the section size. Select coil and we're going to use our offset plane as the plane and the starting plane for the coil. Just use the center point and any radius, just hit enter and you'll enter the coil parameters. One at a time here. The first one, we're going to select height and pitch. Hit the next item, rotation. We need to make sure it's a reverse rotation. As for the diameter, we're going to use ID that we have in our parameters. Hit tab. For the height, we use our thread length. It needs to be negative to make the coil go in the right direction. Same thing for the pitch. We have our pitch parameter, but it needs to be negative here for the correct direction. Ignore the angle. For the section, we need a triangular inside. The section position should be on center. And here comes that section size. It's basically the size of the coil. Last, let's make it a joint operation and click OK. If we had not offset the coil from the bottom, we would have had a huge area right here, just a little sliver left right now. This is an excellent time to save the file. Hit Ctrl S again. Let's take a good look at what we have now. Go to the home view. Then select section analysis. We need to find a viewing plane. It can be difficult to see sometimes, so it might help to turn off the body view. Click on the proper plane and turn the body view on again, and here's a complete section view of your component. Those sharp edges won't be very smooth and could actually damage your vacuum hose. We'll fix those edges with some fillets. Click on the tip of the thread. We will use our parameter fillet thread OS. Now click the plus key and select the upper and lower edge, inner edge of the thread. This can be a little tricky. You may have to zoom in. The parameter here we made was fillet inside. Once again, hit the plus key. This time we're going to smoothen the ends of the thread. Rotate it as needed, zoom in and out. Go to the very edge and then select the triangle. Now we want to do the same thing on the bottom. Again, zoom in and out as needed. You're using the center mouse wheel and the shift key to do this. Okay, now we're going to use the parameter fillet thread ends. We're basically done making this thread. Select the home view. Okay, let's try the right view. Not too bad a thread here, and it works. I've tested it repeatedly. Last two steps is close the section view, go to home view, and now we're going to fillet the very end of the whole cylinder to make it smooth. We set the parameter fillet to half the thickness. Here's a quick recap of what we did. I usually add my logo, but I won't bore you with that part. In my next video, this part we just made will be used to make a DeWalt dust collector quick connect replacement. See you next time. Thanks for watching.